All right, these notes are a specific overview over the 7 principles of government. Remember, this is an important part of your government unit as well as information that you need to know throughout the course. You will have a team-based learning quiz over this information, so make sure that after you take these notes that you review it and that you feel comfortable with your 7 principles of government. All right, the 7 principles of government are federalism, limited government, individual rights, popular sovereignty, republicanism, checks and balances, and separation of powers. With popular sovereignty, remember the power to rule comes from the people. The big quote here to associate with popular sovereignty is consent of the governed. The Constitution establishes popular sovereignty right from the beginning with the preamble, with the statement, "We the people establish this Constitution for the United States of America." The next principle of government is republicanism. Republicanism is based on the belief that people exercise their power by voting for their political representatives. Again, you're electing representatives to make decisions on your behalf. Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution also calls for every state to have a republican form of government. So not even just on the national level, but on the state level, you have to have a republican form of government. And in a republic, this is a form of government in which supreme power rests in the body of citizens that are entitled to vote and is exercised, therefore, by the representatives who are chosen directly or in some cases indirectly by them. In a republic, again, people elect others to represent them in government. The next principle is federalism. With federalism, it is a system of government in which states and the national government share powers. The framers used federalism to structure this Constitution. Remember, under the Articles of Confederation, your states pretty much had the power to do whatever they wanted to do. So, under this government, we're going to have shared powers. Okay, and those powers are divided into the Constitution assigning certain powers for the national government, and those are delegated powers. Your powers that are kept by the states, which are known as reserved powers, so they're reserved over there for the states, and then your powers shared or exercised by the national and state governments are known as concurrent powers. Okay, separation of powers is our next principle. And this is established in order to avoid having too much power that might fall into the hands of a single group or a single person. Okay, this principle creates a division of basic government roles into 3 branches. No one branch is given all of the power. Okay, Articles 1, 2, and 3 of the Constitution detail how these powers are split up. Again, with Article 1 being about the legislative branch, 2, the executive branch, and 3, the judicial branch. Your legislative branch is going to make the laws, executive will enforce those laws, and the judicial branch interprets the law. A system of checks and balances is our next principle. It is based on the philosophy of Montesquieu, who is an 18th century French thinker, and he says the power should be a check to power, that there should be a check to power, sorry. So each branch of government can exercise checks or controls over the other branches. Though the branches of government are separate, they rely on one another to perform their task and to work, to make the government work. Okay, so this ensures that the branches work together fairly and efficiently. So again, each branch has some power over the other. So your legislative branch may make some laws, but the executive branch or your president could veto those laws and say, no, we're not passing that one. The executive branch can appoint justices and people to cabinet positions, but your legislative branch has to approve those appointments. The judicial branch has the power to interpret the law and presidential actions. Your judges in the Supreme Court are going to serve for life, but your executive can grant reprieves or pardons to people, and of course appoints judges to fill the vacancies within the court. So again, each branch has some kind of say-so on what the other branches of government are able to do. Okay, limited government is our next principle. And with limited government in the American government system, everyone and every citizen, whoever's powerful, if you're a leader, it does not matter, you must obey the law. Individuals or groups can't twist the law, in their favor. They can't bypass a law. They can't do any of those things to serve their own interests. Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution lists the powers that are denied to Congress. Article 1, Section 10 forbids the states from taking certain actions. And again, the 10th Amendment reserves for the states and people all the powers that the national government is not explicitly given. All right, individual rights are going to be included, in your first 10 amendments to the Constitution. Those are known as the Bill of Rights. It is going to shield the government from becoming too powerful. Remember, they fought a war, a revolution, based on a government being too powerful and denying rights. So they want to make sure that individual rights are guaranteed under this government, and so the Bill of Rights will be added. All right, if you have any questions about your principles, again, please feel free to email me or bring those up in class. We will make sure that we are very comfortable with those going into your unit tests, your semester exams, and ultimately into the STAR exam in the spring. Make sure you're prepared for your TBL quizzes. Again, any questions, email me, and have a great day.